Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. In this video I'm going to give you an exercise to do in order to put into practice the theory that we've seen before. This exercise is as follows. I would like you to show me in the console represents information that will be stored in variables. This is the result I'm expecting from you. You absolutely need to respect this structure. You can put what you want in the data. However, I would like you to use the different types that we've seen in the previous video. For your name and last name, you know that this data does not change and that it is a string, so it is up to you to guess. Then, the person's age is a number that changes with time. Balance of their bank account is a number with a decimal point. It's up to you to guess what type of number you're going to use. If you need any help, I would advise you to review the previous video. In any case, it's up to you. Pause the video and we'll be right back for the correction. On your marks, get set, code. We are now going to correct this exercise. I hope you succeeded. If not, pay attention to the correction. Here we go. So, in the first step, you have to display a person's name and last name. I've closed the Apple window. And we know that the name and last name are data that will not change in our program. So, when we say data doesn't change, we automatically think of constants. But also, since they are strings, it will be a string type. So we will create a constant name by typing constant in the string type that we will call name. Then we will put an equal sign and you can choose the value. As you can see, I will put ubelayed in quotation marks. And don't forget the semicolon. Then I will go to the next row and create a new constant for the first name. So I will type const in string type. Then I will name it first name equal sign and Gabriel in quotation marks. And don't forget the semicolon. Here we will not display them right away. I will create all my variables first and then we'll display them. So let's go to the next row. And as you can see here, you were supposed to display an age. So a number and the age changes with time. So here it won't be a constant but an int type variable. Since it's a number, I could have used a byte or short. It's quite possible because the age will always be between 0 and 255. Generally, we often use an int type for numbers not to have any problems in memory. If you have chosen the byte or the short, don't worry, it is also correct. To get back to our age variable, you will have to fill in its type. So type in then variable's name, age for example, then an equal sign and the age you wanted to give it. I will choose 17. Don't forget the semicolon. Finally, the balance of their account. Here we have a number with a decimal point, which indicates a number with a decimal point, means a real number. So we have float, double, and decimal. Here you can choose one of the three, which is still correct. However, remember that the double and the decimal took more space in memory. 8 bytes for the double and 16 for the decimal. Therefore, here we don't need to use so much memory space for a simple balance. Can you see? As a developer, we have to make sure that we can create optimized programs as light as possible for the machine that doesn't consume much energy. Regarding speed questions, cost, and for the environment, a non-optimized program will cause speed problems, consume more energy, etc. So it is important for your future as a developer to take care of all these problems. So regarding our balance, you had to create a float type variable that you could name balance. Then put an equal sign and a point number, so I will choose 3045.5. Here do not put a comma, but a point, and don't forget the semicolon at the end. As you can see, a mistake appears here. Remember that the real numbers in C# were particular, especially for the float and the decimal. Indeed, if you don't indicate to the compiler if it's a float or a decimal, it will treat it by default in double. However, you can't put a double in a float or a decimal type. So you just had to add an F just after the last digit of the number. If you had chosen the float type, it was an F, and it was an M if you had chosen the decimal type. For the double, there was no need to add anything. Now that we have created all our variables, we are going to display them. To do this, go to the line and type the shortcut of console.writeLine, so CW and tab. Then type in the brackets your name, colon, then white space, and add a plus sign and the variable name. And don't forget the semicolon at the end. To continue, I will copy and paste this line several times to go faster. And now I just have to change the values. Here I will type first name. And here the first name variable. Then here age, and here the age variable. And finally here balance. Now I can start running the program, and you can see that we have the expected result. I hope that you have succeeded and this video has helped you. I'll see you next time in a new video.